Good morning, everybody. Here we're going to get started. Bitcoin continued its bullish trend into the weekend, and by Saturday evening, we broke through the $10,000 level for the first time in 2020. With a sense of euphoria returning to the crypto markets, Monday brings with it a sharp pullback in price, with Bitcoin again trading below 10,000, and this recent dip seeing 56 million in BitMEX longs getting liquidated. And this is where we begin our analysis and forecast for this week's price action. Will we enter a period of consolidation around this price level before blasting off again? Or will the end of February bring another retest of the 8.4 levels or even the 7.2 levels? Find out all this and more in today's episode of Breaking Bitcoin. Welcome to Breaking Bitcoin, recorded live Monday, February 10th, 2020. This is your daily source for market updates, sentiment, and news for traders. I hope everyone watching today on YouTube, Twitch, DLive, Facebook, and of course on Roku is doing fantastic. Make sure to support the show by subscribing and hitting that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Highly appreciated. If you have any questions, please drop them in the live chat. The moderators will direct my attention to them in the Q&A section. So updates for community members. Just want to remind you guys to make sure to go check out the premium Dischord tutorial if you want a preview of what the signal delivery system looks like or what it's like to navigate the premium Dischord, or if you just want a visual guide to utilizing Dischord usefully, please check out the premium tutorial that our lead moderator Jack posted here on YouTube last week. We will be announcing the Tshirt winner after today's market analysis. Thank you to the amazing 247 people who entered for a chance to win. We're going to be launching a new competition next week for a free month of premium group access. I want to thank everybody who came by for movie night. We watched Contagion on Saturday night. It was great. The FAQ page, I want to remind you guys, is live on the website. It answers all of your premium questions, trading and investment related questions, Discord questions, and other questions. With that being said, we've got a lot to get through. Let me know how you guys are doing in the chat, and let's hop right into the markets. All right, here we are in the live scene today. Got to turn that off. Just a second, guys. There we go. A little obtuse things. How we doing? I see all you guys in the chat. Hopefully you guys are doing awesome. I see It's Hard. I see Dominus. I see Midwest Windy, Gravy Grits, Farbod, You Go Chill. How you guys doing? All right, here we are. This is BTCUSD. We want to start off, of course, with the daily time frame. Start from the top down, as we are wont to do. Exciting weekend, guys. Exciting weekend. It is Monday, so it is germane to be looking at the weekly chart, which I think we should just go ahead and do. Let's start off on the weekly time frame. And of course, to do this, we're going to be using the Bitstamp chart, although the Coinbase chart is fine. On the weekly time frame, we do use a link to 30 for the Breaking Bitcoin indicator. All right. So here we are on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, everything looks nice. I've got a lot of I know that a lot of people are probably worried about today's pullback. Individuals that, of course, did what they aren't supposed to do, that we talk about all of the time, buying the highs, which they never should do. There's a difference between a momentum breakout, which we covered last week. Toward the end of last week, there was the opportunity for that re-entry signal where we successfully hit our targets as posted during the week, not only here on the show, but also in the premium group, of course, a little bit more nuance. And so just, again, individuals buying tops getting punished. Nice, healthy pullback. We'll see if we have a little bit more substantial strength to that, and we'll look at that as we scroll down to the different time frames, and we'll try to lay out the best case scenario. We're going to Sherlock Holmes this price action together, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin currently trading on Bitstamp at 98.47, so dropping down about almost 4% from the recent highs that we experienced over the weekend. on a big sell candle, almost a 3% candle in and of itself, depending on what exchange that you're looking at. And this is the follow through that we've gotten. So this is good. This is actually really, really good for those looking for those re-entry opportunities on Bitcoin that did not establish kind of those long-term positions that we talked about way back in January. Of course, the breaking Bitcoin indicator gave us the first buy signal. It flipped our initiator to the long side back here on January 6th, and we managed that on the daily time frame with more frequent entries, okay? So we have two main options when we're looking to manage risk the way that we do here at Cracking Cryptocurrency. We can either be more aggressive, utilizing the daily time frame for our hedging. And if you guys are new to the concept of hedging, I've covered that in great detail. Hedging is a fundamental cornerstone of my trading strategy when it comes to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin particularly. So if you are new to this concept of utilizing futures positions to cover your USD value and protect your USD value in cash, make sure to check out all the material that I have here on the YouTube channel. And on the website that covers this in detail. In the FAQ page, I cover this in detail. I have multiple videos here on the YouTube channel. Just type in the search bar at the top there, hedging or short selling. I've got videos on it. So here on the weekly time frame, here is what we see. We are still in a bullish scenario. We are bullish above 89.19 here on the weekly time frame. We flipped bullish back here on the 6th of January with a closing price of 81.80, and here we are nearly $2,000 higher than that, still bullish. This is all a good thing to see. What is the most pronounced pullback that we've seen here on the weekly time frame so far? Well, the most negative candle close that we had was a negative 1.22% candle close on the weekly. As you can see, that candle actually intra-week was a little bit uglier for us. We did actually get about a 6% correction intra-week before rallying toward the end of the week and having some nice continuation. So I don't see anything here that on its face is going to be indicating a long-term positional exit. We are not significantly overbought on our momentum oscillators, whether we're looking at time transformation or we're looking at minks. So neither of those have broached into the overbought territory, which would be an early indication of potentially the weekly market, the weekly charts getting a little too overheated. We don't see any of that right now. Now, again, time transformation being a little bit more sensitive in its cycle than minks is tapping its finger. As we can see, we are getting a purple dot of death. It is tapping into the overbought region just now on today's weekly. But I do expect, if we look back at the historicity of what the time transformation indicator has done on weekly timeframes, we typically do not reject upon initially going into the overbought area. As we can see here, if we just look back over the last 2 years on the weekly time frame, time transformation has only gone overbought once, and that was in the run-up in Q2 of 2019. We broached the overbought area for the first time here in March. The weekly close of the 25th of March, which makes sense because look at the difference in volume and volatility. Look at the 3 to 4 months that preceded that. It was nothing but an accumulation period. And as I've said before, you need to be careful when you're moving from the market cycles of accumulation or distribution. Generally, accumulation is a little bit more dangerous, though, because distribution in Bitcoin can often be quite volatile. But accumulation on almost all altcoins, if you look at the larger timeframes, it's often relatively very small. And then the resulting expansion of volatility, which Wadatar Explosion correctly identified over here in April, got us in for the good meat of that movement. Of course, the breaking Bitcoin indicator getting us back in on the 4th of February, 2019 for that movement to the upside. And then minks and time transformation all confirming. Time transformation on the 25th of February, minks a little bit later on the 11th of March, and then WADA giving that full volume confirmation following that initial blow up to the upside, but that's fine. Got us in. We have some profit taking here, and profit taking here from time transformation. So time transformation, so the weekly indicators caught the last movement beautifully, and they are not failing us this movement either. Again, breaking Bitcoin doing fantastic. Of course, breaking Bitcoin is newer. We didn't have this one back in the run in last year. We do have it now, though, and it correctly identified this maneuver right here. On the weekly time frame, Wadatar Explosion gave us for the first time our rising explosion level, with a green column printing above the explosion level and the dead zone filter. Two filters that protect us and let us know when volatility is expanding when volatility is expanding again. And volatility is now expanding. We've had compression of the Bollinger Bands. Volatility has tightened down. The Keltner channel has gotten tight, and we are now expanding to the outside. What that typically means is that we can look forward to more pronounced volatility moving to the upside. And I'm seeing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, as we typically do whenever we hit a significant price target and we have a temporary pullback. So let me frame it like this. This candle closed last night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, or more accurately, 23:59:59 UTC time, the end of the Universal Coordinated Day. That means that we have a full 7 days until this candle plays out. So anything that occurs on this weekly time frame between right now and the close of this candle is nonsense. Doesn't matter. I don't care if we have a 10% correction. I don't care if we have a 15% correction. The weekly time frame tends to move with the correct amount of volatility. It is only typically during extremely overheated cycles when we have those massive corrections. And guess what those mark? Those mark the end of the trend. They correct us toward the end of the trend, and they let us know to exit our positions, any positions that we entered on toward the beginning of the run, and to exit those positions in profit and begin looking for short trades at the relative tops, where most individuals don't end up shorting until the market bottom. We don't do that. Neither do we short the market top. That's not what we do. We don't long the bottom and we don't short the top. We look to enter within the lower 25% region of a trend, and we look to exit in the upper 75% region of a trend. We eat the body of the trade. We leave the head and the tails for reversal traders, because we allow them to have the higher probability of failure, because they're going to be sitting there picking tops and bottoms. And what that means is that they will be entering into shorts when the market is moving to the upside and getting wrecked, and they will be trying to long when the market is moving to the downside and getting wrecked. We don't get wrecked. So safer, patient, methodical trading in store for us here at Cracking Cryptocurrency. So with that being said, on the weekly time frame, no trend reversal. Time transformation is not signaling for an exit. Minx is not signaling for an exit. Again, trading at 98.54. We are going to be overall macro bullish as long as price is above 89.19. Dropping below 89.19 is going to be putting us in a no trade zone. I do not see that happening this week. I don't really see that happening whatsoever. I do think we're going to see higher prices on Bitcoin. I think we're going to see much higher prices on Bitcoin moving forward. Again, that rising explosion level will be one of the very few times that is ever wrong. It wasn't wrong in 2017. It wasn't wrong in 2019. And with those exceptions, except for the other previous market cycles, it is not wrong, right? Now, it doesn't mean it can't be wrong. This could be the first time that it's been wrong, and it has been wrong several times before. But when you look at the level of accuracy that the systems that we've built have, you act. That's the point. The reason that we use objective technical indicators instead of subjective analysis of price action is that they can be tested. We can build statistical data on them. We can look at what that data says, and we can feel confidence in acting. And when we're wrong, because the trade or position that we take turns out to be the exception to the rule, if you have an indicator or a system that has anywhere from a 75 to an 85% accuracy rate, that means that 15 to 25% of the time, you're going to be wrong. And you're comfortable with that because that is part of building the system. You have to accept the losses to deserve the wins, right? If you're not willing to accept the losses, then you don't deserve the wins and you won't get the wins, right? The wins come when you take the losses. All right, now, so from weekly perspective, this puts me in the mind for buying pullbacks, for adding to positional trades on the weekly time frame. Now, the thing to be watching for, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys were watching closely my chart, but there is this gray dot down here. And just prior, just a little bit ago, that dot was golden. Now, what does that mean for those of you who've been watching the Breaking Bitcoin indicator for these last few weeks? It means that that's approval for continuation, all right? It means that there it is right there. There it is right there. Price moved down a little bit. The golden dot activated. I will be waiting, ideally, until the weekly close to analyze what color that dot is. If it is golden, I will be adding to my long-term position on Bitcoin. If it is not golden, or approving weekly swing trades, not only for myself, but for the group. All right. I already have quite a complicated position that I've wrapped up in Bitcoin with my equity, with my hedging. So as to whether there doesn't really need to be anything as far as that goes, but it will be approving weekly swing trades for those who want to apply risk. Obviously, we have always individuals coming into the group that are entering with different portfolio allocations, who have entered in different areas. Obviously, some who joined the group more recently aren't going to have the benefit of the previous months of trading or building up, et cetera, et cetera. But Golden Dot continuation on the weekly time frame will be approving weekly additions to weekly swing trades. We don't have that yet. It's not confirmed anyways, right? And it's a danger taking signals intra-candle, particularly when the candle is very fresh. So as we move into Thursday, Friday and Saturday, I'll feel more confident about acting on the information from these indicators. But as early in the week as Monday, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. All right. So that is an overview of what my current premium indicator suite is saying. We have potential Golden Dot continuation on the weekly. The overall trend is quite bullish. The overall trend is quite bullish above 89.19. Losing 89.19 does not mean that we have lost the bullish macro trend. It just means that we're not allowed to act on it, right? This means we're not allowed to act on it. And this information will update as the weeks pass, all right? And the most important thing here that I want to point out and consider is the fact that Wadatar Explosion has given us our first weekly expanding fully confirmed signal for volume confirmation or volatility confirmation of an uptrend, okay? Of an uptrend. And this is good to see. So for those looking at that information, should we get the pullback, this weekly pullback, following a rising explosion level, will be quite a powerful signal to see. And again, nice information here is that Minx and time transformation are not overbought. But again, something that I do want to point out, as I said, the reason why it doesn't concern me that time transformation has the potential to close the week on an overbought condition. But as I said, almost every single time when we reach the overbought level, we just keep going. And you ignore the first sell signal. You pay attention to the second and the third sell signal. This was no different in 2019, nor was it different in 2017. And again, even if you look back, those who took the correct signal and exited on the correct signal still made oodles and oodles and oodles of money, right? Top 25%, lower 25% of the trend is where you want to enter. Top 75% is where you want to exit. Do not think about top 10 or lower 10%, top 90%. That's foolish. You have very little chance of getting that. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to get that. Leave that to the reversal traders. What you want to do is make money consistently. And so you need to expand your idea of what a profitable trade is, right? What a profitable trade is. Our goal is making money consistently. And to make money consistently, you don't need to execute trades in the way that most people think that you do. Okay? All right, weekly time frame looks quite healthy. Coming down to the daily today on Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily is actually going to be, again, still macro bullish above 96.72 here on the daily, but in the no trade zone. We are in a no trade zone here on the daily for Bitcoin. As you guys can see, seems like I've turned off I have color bars on, but for some reason, I feel like there's something that's trying to force over it. Yeah, there we go. It was the time transformation indicator. My apologies. So we are in a no trade zone here on the daily. We're trapped in a no trade zone between 99.51 and 98.48 actually. Okay, so we need to see not 99.51 and 98.13. All right, so we need to see some breakage of that, effectively putting us in a no trade zone. So on the daily, we can be looking for continuation above 99.50 on daily closes above 99.50. But for right now, what the system is telling us to do, again, us as a group, we exited our Bitcoin long positions last night at last night's daily close. Actually, it was a little bit after last night's daily close. I'm not going to lie. It was about 4 hours after last night's daily close. So it's a little unusual time for signaling. But again, discretionarily, we knew it was time to exit our positions, and quite happy to do so because we have sat out any dollar losses except for we're losing a little bit on our initial spot entries into Bitcoin, but we're well above our entry points on that. So all's well there. And we're going to be waiting patiently for the signal for this. Now, again, losing 96.72 will be allowing daily shorts at this point in time. So that is a possibility. It is a possibility that should we get a little bit more follow through on this sell-off, that we will be taking a short position on the daily while we look for kind of the take profit on that to be our re-addition on the weekly time frame to our long-term position, right? And this is what you get with nuanced capital management, right? Where you're long on the weekly and you're trading on the daily. Maybe even you're a little bit more advanced and you're also taking hourly or 4-hour positions as well. But again, our Bitcoin position was already in a no loss situation, having taken a little bit of profit off from our initial entry around 9,600, took some profit off at 9,800, and we exited last night above 10,000. So that was a pretty good trade. I ended up locking in, I believe, about 3% on that trade in total on the last swing trade for Bitcoin. And then looking at pull open our active P&L, I do believe. Yeah, I do believe that I can show this. Let me get this set up. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad. Shrink that down a little bit. Sorry, guys, just a second. Yeah, I think that's good. There we go. Yeah, I can show you the current closed results for the group. Current closed results for the group February. This is just my trades. This is just my trades right now. We're not currently aggregating senior analyst Alex's or senior analyst Da Vinci's trades right now. This is just me. Off to a really good start so far this month alone. But the market has been really good. The market's been really good. The opportunities have presented themselves. And we have captured the opportunities. All right. On that same note, by the way, guys, we did publish the final results for the premium trading group for all of the senior analysts. As far as the signal delivery system, you guys can check that out in our Discord channel. You can download the full PDF, see every trade that we took, the entry price, the date, position sizing, a margin used, all of that information. We record all of it. Again, we're the only group that records all of their data and provides it in the way that we do. We report all of our trades. It's all public information after the end of the month. So you guys can go see those. The PDFs are in the announcements channel in our Discord, discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Links in the description down below. All right, with that being said, here on the daily, okay, just returning here. No trade zone on the daily. Minx did not poke its head into overbought territory. We're quite close. And based on this, I do feel that it's more likely than not that we do end up getting some continuation. We'll kind of see what the momentum indicators do over the next few days. But right now it seems pretty clearly. We'll go down to the lower time frames here too as well and give you guys some clearance on that. But if you're just doing the daily swings, which is safer for newer traders particularly, then you just kind of want to sit this one out, wait a few days for your next re-entry signal. Just keep watching the show. We'll let you guys know when to go back in. All right. Coming down to the 4-hour chart over here. Again, we lost the bullish trend, got the exit signal on this 4-hour candle. Now, I actually exited slightly prior to this, but this was my exit signal. To the premium members who were asking, I was monitoring the 4-hour system, watching for the exit signal. Time transformation had given us the exit over here a little bit earlier because that's what it's designed to do. And then breaking Bitcoin actually gave us the exit signal at a slightly worse price, not much more, coming into the no trade zone. And then on the next 4-hour candle, we actually lost the bullish momentum. Now, I was actually asleep when this happened. Had I been awake, I would have taken a discretionary 4-hour position. Basically, just based off the volume too, was a strong inference and indication of that. We would add some nice follow through. I would most likely be out of the trade right now. But on the 4-hour time frame, we are going to be getting potential purple dot continuation shorts here on the lower time on the 4-hour time frame, meso time frame, anyways, indicating that we might have a little bit more follow through to the downside on the 4-hour trend, which means over the next 2 to 3 days. Over the next 2 to 3 days, might have a little bit more follow through to the downside, or at least over the next, I would say, 16 to 36 hours potentially. Mainly because our momentum oscillators and momentum indicators have gone into the negative territory of their centered oscillator functions, meaning that they have gone below the zero line, indicating that the actual trend on the 4-hour time frame has flipped to the downside. Now on the hourly, I'm being a little aggressive with the position to the upside here, just a very small risk trade on ByBit, small leverage trade on ByBit to the upside, essentially scraping the bottom here. We do see that volume is dying off. We are moving into a distributive pattern right here. And if we break to the downside, it will be redistribution. It will be redistribution following the initial distribution cycle that we got here at the top. Again, symmetrical movement after a large volatile movement is generally going to be biased directionally to the previous direction that you were moving. So a breakdown at this stage would likely signal for lower prices. However, here on the hourly, we did reach overbought on both of our momentum indicators here. And volume is dying off. Negative impulsive volume is dying off on Wadatar explosion. And we have caught up with the baseline and our breaking Bitcoin indicator, signaling that we can be looking for trades to the upside. Again, not looking for much, maybe a bounce back to the 99.50, low $10,000 area. And we'll see if we get some continuation from there. And again, if we're wrong, low risk trade. That's fine. That's fine. Not taking any big swings to the upside here. But Bitcoin is macro bullish, so I'll always be a little aggressive because... Excuse me, guys. Because when the getting is good, you better get getting. And that's about it. That's about it for Bitcoin, guys. Weekly time frame looks very healthy. Wait for the end of the close on the weekly to make decisions because we might be getting for the second time in this bullish trend a continuation signal, which will be beautiful. So for those of you looking to add to your long-term Bitcoin position, wait for the weekly. Wait for the weekly close. On the daily, no trade zone. Wait for a break of 99.80, and the other level I do believe was 98.14, 98.13 at this point in time, 99.50 updating. So 99.80, 99.13, I believe 99.14 were the original numbers that I had said. So again, kind of a tight range right there, about a $50 range. So waiting for a break to the upside or downside of that. We'll see how the daily closes. Below 96.72 on the daily, should we get a really negative close? We're not going to be getting confirmation for shorts, but you will be wanting to hedge your daily account equity if you're hedging aggressively with the daily time frame. You want to be hedging below 96.72 until we get the nice continuation signal. So overall, long-term projections are quite bullish. We'll deal with this pullback. We'll see how far it wants to go. I still have resting limit orders at 94.40. 94.40, going to potentially slip some bids in at 9,300 again as well, kind of average the range, but currently only at 94.40. And we'll go over here and look at the right over here. We're here on BTCUSD on Binance now, looking at the volume profile analysis of the market. And again, we are currently retesting an untested point of control. This point of control is going to stretch back pretty much from these 3 days, from the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th of February. That was the point of control. That was the reaccumulation area before that spring back up. We are now back in that area. It is a high volume node. I do expect that we could see some pronounced consolidation here. Again, as I said, for that 16 to 24 hours, if we don't break down immediately. However, my money is on the bounce to the upside before a little bit more bearish continuation to the downside. I do think we do end up seeing coming down and tapping my price level there. This unfilled high volume node right here, again, right at 94.40, where I have resting limit orders right now. So that's going to be kind of a retest of the previous reaccumulation level, the longer drawn out reaccumulation level. That area stretched from the 29th of January, pretty much to the 3rd of February before the spring and then impulsive wave to the upside. So feel good about that. Feel quite good. On the 4-hour here, as I said, not the healthiest signal because we're not quite overbought or oversold, on the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, the last time we were oversold in the 4-hour time frame, time transformation called it beautifully. Time transformation, in my opinion, is one of the best indicators to have out there with any form of discretionary analysis. It really does tell you where you are overall in the market. So yeah, we're going to take our chance here. Should this level fail, then we're going to be taking our chances again at the 94.40 area, and then we'll be reevaluating there. Again, daily equity will be hedged anyway, so we'll be going long from a cash neutral basis at that point in time. Overall, really healthy. Overall, really good. It's 12:33, guys. We've got a lot to talk about. I want to look at a lot of charts with you guys, but we got to do what we came here to do. So quickly taking a broader look at the market right now. Not a bad day for altcoins. A lot of them experiencing some small pullbacks. Stacks pulling back 8.3%. Waves up 27%. OKB up 38%. Strat, Zen, Nexo, Lisk, BNB, Bytecoin, Bitcoin Diamond, all of them pumping as well today in USD valuation. So holding their value holding their value better against the dollar than BTCUSD. Again, I'd say a nice healthy day. I do expect to see, based on the amount of these pullbacks, I expect to see wild continuations from altcoins. So do not be sleeping on those opportunities, particularly with the alt USDT pairs. Binance has added so many USDT pairs. I think that there is an amazing opportunity out there. I am going to be publishing. I talked about it last week. I did allocate a portion of my portfolio to an altcoin holding. I'm going to be publishing that next week. It'd be nice to see if we can get a weekly pullback on that for some better entries before I recommend those. Let's see here. Significant trades ticker. Again, we do see some buying coming in here over the last 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes of the show, basically since the show opened. Looks like sellers have injected a lot of capital, entered into a lot of short positions at the downside. We'll see if we can get them nice and squeezed up. Good squeeze would be pushing price above 9,900. I think we can see them get squeezed pretty good. All right, let's break down Forex for you guys real quick. Go over open equity, excuse me. On the daily time frame here. On the daily time frame, the group and myself are still long the Aussie Kiwi. I've been long the Aussie Kiwi for a while now. I've already taken some profit off and allowing our trade to run with a trailing stop. Again, very good trade, as you guys saw. I didn't show open P&L, but sorry, excuse me. I just showed close results for the month. But let's see here. Initial entry was at 1.038 with a market entry. 1.038, almost on the dollar. Yeah, so right here. So we are up about 70 pips on the Aussie Kiwi so far. Good trade. Still short the euro dollar. Our entry on the euro dollar was right here. We've had some great follow through on this. Let me turn magnet mode off. Sorry. Currently up on the euro dollar, about 77, 78 pips so far on the downside trade for the euro dollar. Pound dollar, we are short as well. Getting a little bit of a movement in the opposite direction today. Again, our profits are already locked, or excuse me, our trade is already in a no risk trade. We've already taken some profit off of the pound dollar. But again, entry in the same point right now, but we're not getting an exit signal. So we will be holding on to the pound dollar short, up about 81 pips on the pound dollar today. Long the dollar Swissy. The dollar Swissy is in profit. Let's take a look here and see. Dollar Swissy entry was 97.34. Yep, so entry right here on this candle and up currently 32.9 pips on the dollar Swissy. And the dollar yen is the only trade that I have on that is in drawdown. I entered the dollar yen on, let me see what my entry is on the dollar yen. 109,983. Yeah, 109,983. Pretty much right here. Down about 26.4 pips on the dollar yen so far. Have not gotten confirmation to exit. We're just testing the baseline right now. So either we hold or we have, I think, our second only losing trade, Forex of the year. I think so. Other than that, it's kind of a mixed bag for us. Mostly sitting flat in some positions. Applied a little bit of risk today on some other pairs as well, making calls for the group. Some are up quite well. The only cryptocurrency position we have in active drawdown would be Atomic. Would be Atomic right now. Other than that, healthy day. Taking a look at, if you guys want to look at stocks or indices or other markets as well, put those in the request section. We'll hit those at the end of the show if you guys want to check those out. If you have specific Forex pairs or anything you guys would like to look at, I'd love to do that. For now, I want to get into, as I said, pointing things out. Again, make sure you guys check out the premium Discord tutorial on YouTube. Jack did a fantastic job of getting that up. It's over here. Make sure you guys go check it out if you guys want a good walkthrough, see what the signal delivery system looks like, and see what the premium Discord looks like. I want to thank everybody who entered to win a t-shirt, 247 of you guys. It's just absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that winner. All right, I've announced the winner with their avatar, randomly drawing from Gleam. And Francesco S., you are the winner, my friend. Thank you so much for your participation, for your entry. I have your email here from your entry. I will be emailing you, and all you got to do is just go to the website, tell me what t-shirt you want, and we'll send it right out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for participating. And we're going to do a lot more of these giveaways, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for being a member of our community. You guys are absolutely awesome. Next week, as I said, we're going to be giving away 1 month of premium basic access, although we might spice that up because we kind of did that, but maybe. Guys, if you guys have a suggestion for a giveaway, leave it in the comment section down below. Maybe we'll give away some Bitcoin or something. Also, make sure that you guys, if you're new to the Discord, if you're new to the community, check out moderator Paul's article on the website in the blog, crackingcryptocurrency.com/blog. New member Discord tutorial right here. How to use the free Discord, all of the bots, all of the services, all of the tools that we use, the free analyst channels, all of that good stuff. And of course, on the website, under the resources banner right here, frequently asked questions. What we're working on right now as a team is the glossary. So we're going to add a ton of trading terms and build out the most robust glossary for trading terms for cryptocurrency and Forex on the internet, in my opinion. Because we have the team to do it better than anybody else. All right. I want to thank today's crypto comment giveaway sponsor, Spectre Security Coin, partner of the show, good friends of mine. Make sure to go check them out at spectresecurity.io. If you need a consultation or if you want a consultation to make sure that you are up to best practices on your security, that comes to whether you're storing your private keys correctly, whether you're using a VPN properly, whether you're storing your passwords correctly, using the right password manager, it doesn't matter. They've got you. They're experts in the industry and they're the people that I trust with my security. So check them out, spectresecurity.io. Tell them Justin sent you. There is a link down in the description below. I want to thank them for sponsoring today's crypto comment giveaway, where we give away some cryptocurrency every single day, making your life better. We're going to go over to the YouTube random comment picker and randomly pick a winner. And it is Ricky Thompson. Man, you're stacking those sats over there, brother. He says, still seeing a problem with consistent volume in Bitcoin. I have a funny feeling we'll get that when we're near a FOMO high, like all previous times. I agree. Volume does get kind of crazy when we're at the highs. But so do emotions, fear, greed, divorce rates, marriage rates, birth rates. They get crazy, brother. Thanks for participating, my friend. If you guys would like a chance to win 8,000 XSPC, please leave a comment down below after the show is concluded. You just got to wait like 30 seconds after I end the stream, refresh the page, boom. Leave a comment down below. Ricky Thompson, you know the drill, brother. Send me that wallet address. All right. With that being said, there's a lot I want to cover today. Again, we're going to be talking about Backed. We're going to be talking about Joe 007, the BitFenix whale. We're going to be talking about his comments about the market being overheated. Is he full of or not? All that and more in today's Crypto Currently episode. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. All right, our first story of the day. Now, we recently reported on Backed, revealing details of their upcoming cryptocurrency app, dubbed the Backed app. We're going to have jokes, man. We're going to have jokes. Now, it was shown off at the recent World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland, and was described as, quote, an all-inclusive fintech solution that will promote mass adoption and consumer use, really bringing the... I got nothing. All right. Bringing the mass adoption into Bitcoin. I don't know. You got, fill in the joke here. Now, the latest news coming out of the Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, which is the parent company behind Backed, of course, is that they are acquiring Bridge to Solutions. Now, Bridge to Solutions is a loyalty and engagement platform for brands in consumers. Now, Bakkt is said to have tapped Bridge 2 for the development of their consumer payments app that will process crypto and digital payments around the world. So far, Bakkt is pretty much only known for building their physically settled exchange market, offering Bitcoin futures contracts geared for institutional investors. Now, Bridge 2 Solutions powers loyalty programs for 7 of the top 10 financial institutions in the world in over 4,500 loyalty, incentive, and employee perk programs for businesses across a wide array of industries. Now, Bakkt calls this a $1.2 trillion digital asset industry, and their partnership with Bridge 2 Solutions will allow Bakkt to break into and innovate that existing industry. And so obviously what Bakkt plans to do is wrap loyalty points, cryptocurrencies, gift cards, in-game digital assets, and other forms of virtual rewards into one seamless user interface, or as Bakkt Chief Executive Mike Blandina described it, they are going to be, for the first time, offering consumers a robust platform to consolidate and use all of their digital assets, from cryptocurrency to loyalty points to in-game tokens, in one user-friendly wallet. They're going to be doing this by combining Bridge 2 Solutions' embedded relationships with banks and merchants and their innovative loyalty pay solutions, and that will enable them to launch new products that further drive loyalty and empower consumers to trade, transfer, and spend digital assets in entirely new ways. Now, Bakkt has not yet released an expected launch date for this app, but a product roadmap is going to be released sometime this year. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this could be the killer app? Is this the app that bridges the gaps? I mean, I'll tell you one thing, man. I mean, it's a neat idea, definitely on the face of it, because, you know, I know that there's like solutions to manage this stuff, and I'm pretty good at it myself. Like, I use Mint. Mint is good, but that's more for budgeting. By the way, I highly recommend you guys use Mint if you guys want to get control of your finances and your budgeting and your bills. You put everything in. Just saying. It's changed my life. But I mean, think about it. I mean, you want to take advantage of loyalty points. You want to take advantage of rewards. You want to take advantage of cryptocurrency staking rewards. You want to take advantage of, you know, basically any kind of free money that you can get. I mean, you'd be a fool not to, right? You'd be a fool not to, right? And having that all in kind of one convenient location that also kind of bridges the gap between cryptocurrency. I mean, think what you want about Bakkt, think what you want about institutional options, but, you know, for the retail consumer, and heck, for me, this sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It just depends on how well they execute it. But the nice thing is that Bakkt already has the physical custodianship on lock. So ideally, they can kind of transfer that level of security or custodianship over to this app so that you don't really have to worry about where your crypto is. Again, if you're a retail user, if you're approaching cryptocurrency from the mindset of, I want unconfiscatable funds, and so therefore I do not want third-party custodianship of my funds, well, then you know how to do that. Just go buy Bitcoin, move it into cold storage. Now it's yours. Now it's unconfiscatable. Good stuff this year. Let me know what you guys think about this app down in the section down below. And let me know if you guys would like us to kind of cover it in more detail or dig into this a little bit more. Of course, we will be anyways, but let us know. Obviously, we always like to kind of report on what you guys are interested in hearing it. Now, our next story of the day, and a little bit more entertaining, honestly, is going to come from an update on Joe007. Now, this is an update on one of the leading traders in this space, the so-called BitFenix whale. We've covered stories on this individual in recent months. Now, this trader goes by the name Joe007, and he is frequently at the top of the BitFenix leaderboards, sometimes in either direction. Now, when we highlighted Joe007 in late 2019, Bitcoin was pretty deep in a bearish trend and saw Joe007 in an eye-watering $25 million drawdown on his open position. Now, the BitFenix whale is currently, now, obviously, quick update, we updated on that interim, but he swung back, held his position, and obviously was at the top of the leaderboard again. Now, the BitFenix whale is warning about an inflated Bitcoin market and even describing what he calls, quote, the impact of phantom money. Although he did mispronounce phantom, unless he's sending a signal that I did not pick up on. Let me guys know. You guys know my DM. Now, writing on Twitter, he did say that you can push the price only so long with phantom money. At some point, people would want to cash out their mad gains, only to find no one on the other side of the market. That would be the show. So this begs the question, how much of the crypto market volume is real? Now, for years, it's been rumored that a great deal of exchanges engage in wash trading and fake their volume stats. Now, what some called a bombshell report was released in March 2019 and revealed that nearly 95% of all of the volume in the market is entirely fake. Now, the industry has responded to that information. CoinMarketCap has updated their own reporting on statistics, and exchanges and various other data sites have adopted a little bit stricter reporting standards, referencing metrics like real liquidity. On-chain FX is probably one of the best websites for this. Now, still, this has done little to curb the actual problem. And according to Joe, that the market is still incredibly inflated. Now, known not only for his status as a whale, Joe is also pretty famous for his outspoken opinions on industry rumors and often doesn't hold back from criticism. Bitcoin has been in a bullish start to the year, rallying the entire market with it, and even breaking through the $10,000 mark this weekend. But Joe criticized the amount of so-called phantom money in the market, suggesting the price appreciation is not organic. Writing right here. Now, others, however, are pointing to metrics which seem to contradict Joe's suggestion that this recent pump is orchestrated by so-called phantom money. Among them, individuals like Willy Woo, saying that this breakout is the real deal. Fundamental investment activity is backing this $10,000 breakout. That means investor activity is said to be increasing significantly in recent weeks, parallel to this rally. Some are comparing on-chain data and inflows to when Bitcoin broke through 10,000 in the summer of 2019, suggesting there is more to support this rally than there was 6 months ago at the last push. Now, Joe's controversial Twitter posts regularly generate a lot of chatter and debate. Good for us to talk about here. Now, last month, Joe claimed that Binance was outright faking their numbers entirely. And he's also taken aim at Huobi and OKEX, accusing them of faking their reported trading stats as well. Also, similar to myself, a known critic of Bitcoin SV, Joe characterized the recent BSV price action as a scam pump perpetrated readily thanks to being widely delisted and subject to low liquidity markets, something that I've already floated and explained on this channel before. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that Joe is correct about the crypto market's current rallies at all wash trading and whale manipulation? Or are individuals like Willy Woo correct that these last few weeks of price appreciation built on top of organic events, such as the developing uncertainty narrative and troubled economic times, not only in combination with increasing backed volume and institutional activity? Let me know in the comment section down below. For me anyways, gonna have to sit in the latter camp. Mixie80 says, nah, that's FUD, man. That's FUD. That's FUD. All right. Finally, our last story of the day that I want to touch on is going to be dealing with Japan and the digital yen. Oh, yeah. The digital yuan. We've told you guys about it before anybody talked about it. The digital dollar. Talked about it last week. But what about the digital yen? Now, a senior lawmaker of Japan's ruling party has advised the government to include plans for its CBDC in its mid-year policy guidelines and look to launch their digital yen in 2 to 3 years' time. That's right, guys. You are, by the way, unless you are on life support in your lifetime, you are going to see the dissolution of physical cash in all first world countries. Now, according to Reuters, Japan's head of the Banking and Finance System Research Commission, his name is Kozo Yamamoto, has proposed for the Bank of Japan to create and launch their own digital yen cryptocurrency within 2 to 3 years. Sitting on a government advisory panel, Yamamoto urged his party to include plans for this CBDC in their mid-year policy guidelines, remarking that the sooner, the better. We'll draft proposals to be included in government's policy guidelines and hopefully make it happen in 2 to 3 years. If each country manages to control flows of money with their own digital currencies, that could prevent a big swing at a time of crisis and stabilize their own economy. Now, Yamamoto's comments are in alignment to comments previously made by Akira Amari, who is the former Minister of Economy, who said that China moves toward issuing its own digital currency, or excuse me, China moving toward issuing their own digital currency warranted an immediate response from Japan's own bank. With China as a rising economic superpower, its 1.3 billion people could provide widespread adoption and see the digital yuan quickly take the lead among new age fiat currencies, especially in the developing world where Chinese investment and economic influence has been growing significantly in recent years. Political leaders such as Amari and Yamamoto believe that Japan must launch its own CBDC soon, to ensure competitiveness and foster their own digital hegemony of their own currency, a sentiment we've seen rippled through central banks everywhere, as nations consider what this emerging trend of digital dollars and digital currency will bring to the existing financial order. Now, according to BTC Manager here, Japan will be looking to push the CBDC agenda in the upcoming G7 summit in June. Just a few months ago, in December of 2019, the Bank of Japan revealed that it is conducting ongoing research into crypto and even the potential issuance of the country's own sovereign digital currency. However, currently, the Bank of Japan Governor Haruhiko Kuroda did state that the central bank was not ready to issue a CBDC at the time. So, interesting that we have a little bit of push back on that now. Now, we've already reported on the Bank of England, together with several other national central banks, and even the Bank of International Settlements, having formed a collaborative group to study the idea of central bank digital currencies. From the ECB to the Bank of Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, and others, all of the bankers are chatting about pursuing their own CBDC systems to face the threat of China's DCEP, Digital Currency Electronic Payment System, or corporate coin projects such as Libra. Not a week goes by, it seems, that we are not reporting on a new CBDC or corporate coin or developments in the mainstream financial space. An electronic currency future is drawing here, and we are tracking the trend. As I said, if you are alive today, you plan on living for the next 10 years. Drink lemon water. You are going to see the dissolution of physical cash in first world countries. So, buy Bitcoin. Because cash is hard money. Cash is hard money. CBDCs are not hard money. So, that pretty much only leaves you with Bitcoin if you want hard money. No, we won't. No, we won't, Ricky T. We won't have cash. They'll outlaw cash. We've seen it happen. Everybody's going to have a phone. In 10 years, if you don't have a phone, you're not going to matter. You're going to need a phone to interact with services. I don't think it's going to be a slow transition at all, guys. I think it's going to come, and the majority of businesses will adopt it overnight, and I think the majority of people will adopt it overnight. And just as with all government bureaucracies, there'll be this very slow, burdensome, pain in the butt system to kind of like help people on the sidelines, you know? They don't care. They'll push through what they want. I've been talking about this for years. I've been talking about this since I was in college, right? That's not true, because it took me a little bit till I got out of college till I read Mises and Rothbard and went down the libertarian anarcho-capitalism rabbit hole. But yeah, I mean the clear idea that with the technology in place, the governments want any kind of cash available. Governments do not want cash. It is in their direct interest. It's in their direct interest to eliminate cash as quickly as possible. And now they have the technology to do it. And you have to understand that governments rarely do things the appropriate way, right? Like governments have things that they want to do, and they have timelines, and then something happens that makes them panic, and then they just start pushing through, right? Like trying to shove a square peg into a round hole. But they get the government, so they got a big hammer. They just start smashing that peg through, right? And in America, And the Eurozone and Japan, they're freaked out by China. And so they're going to do some irrational things over the next few years. They're going to do some irrational things. They're doing some irrational things right now. It's not to say that China isn't doing irrational things. If they get rid of cash, how are the politicians going to get their under the table payments? They don't use cash for under the table payments, man. That's all. They just accept contributions to their campaign, or they act as an advisor for a board, or they accept corporate shares. It's all legal and audible, man. You know, like you can quickly just go see, like all the politicians, it's not like they're getting briefcases of money in back alleys. That stuff's not real, dude. All the corruption that really happens is publicly audible, right? Like you can just go see, right? But you know, there's, oh, well, they're just an advisor to that board, or they sit here and they did this job. It's all legal and it's all fine. They make the laws, right? You can hijack a country via the internet. Space Force? No, I'm telling you guys, the under the table deals that you're referring to are above the table, right? You know, the handshake happens under the table, but the payment happens over the table in the majority of times. If you guys want to go see who the most corrupt politicians are, just go look at their campaign contributions. It's public record. It's public record. The amount of money that's like being on the sidelines is I think minimal. What you really got to do is you got to look at what you really have to go look at is the part that's not publicly auditable, but again, it's not occurring in cash. Cash doesn't hurt this at all. The most common under the table fraud is going to be with the corporate shell game, right? So, a politician or their family member or whatever, doesn't matter. This happens in business, happens all the time, right? They'll set up they'll set up multiple shell corporations, and their ownership will be obfuscated from the ownership of that. And then that company receives investment. And if you follow that chain up far enough, that money can eventually be filtered into the politician's wallet. That's not happening in cash. Again, it's all happening digitally. And if you're smart enough, you can track it. Right? Yeah. If you're smart enough, you can track it. All right. All the information's out there publicly available. So, but what can be obscured is ownership of companies, right? Because when you list a corporation publicly, you just have to list the board of executives and, or if it's something like an LLC, the manager, right? You can obscure a lot of things in the operating agreement. With that being said, it is 1 o'clock already. Whew, man, what a show. All right. Well, it's Monday. Let's drive hard, guys. You guys are kicking butt. Let's head back over into the live scene and let's see what you guys got for me in the Q&A section today. Check back in with Bitcoin. And of course, let's open up the chest for our D-Livians over there. How you guys doing over there in D-Live country? Excuse me. I gotta start opening up this chest earlier. But if I open up the chest earlier, you guys will just come for the lemons and leave. Just kidding. Distributing those rewards to you guys right now. Thank you guys so much for the love over there on D-Live. I think. I always hate it when D-Live bugs out. Oh, don't do this to me. See, if I clicked the button twice, and then it's like, it's too close. Whoa, Philly, man, coming in with a big super chat. Holy jeez. Squeaky Tadpole, Ricky T, You Go Chill, Midwest Attempts, and Forza World TV getting the big wins today. Philly, what's the occasion, man? Is it your birthday? Is it my birthday? Thank you so much for the 99 quid, my brother. Much love and appreciation in the house, my dude. I don't even see... Hey, man, if you got a question that you would like me to answer, just please put it in the chat. because I do not see anything. I did not see a question. All I saw is the big heart, because you're awesome, man. Thank you so much for being a member of our community, Philly. The support is highly appreciated. We're going to get to feed the analysts this month. All right? They're going to be very happy. They're going to send you thank you letters. All right, let's see here, guys. Oh, sorry, Q&A section. What was I going to say? Audience engagement. Oh, I see the question right here. Sorry. He says XMR chart or Palladium. I got you, man. I got you, Philly. We'll look at Monero on BitFenix, okay? Start off on the weekly. Again, we got the kind of similar to BTCUSD. We did get the rising explosion level on the weekly close of XMR USD. I think setting it up for a good swing position here. We are going to be dipping our toes into the overbought area on time transformation and on Minx. But again, I want to point something out here very closely. Let's make sure that, Breaking Bitcoin is on the 30 for the weekly time frame. I want you to look at when we got, I want to point out when we got the weekly Wadatar explosion buy signal the last time, back in the run-up in April. We didn't get it until April, although the Breaking Bitcoin indicator would have gotten us in back in January of 2019. But we didn't get volume confirmation until April, and we had about a month of sideways and then glorious follow-through. We caught the absolute back half of the trade. Caught the beautiful back half of the trade. Trailing stop loss would have helped us lock in some of these juicy tendies right here. And even if you exited here, that's still a damn good trade. That's still a damn good trade. You still would have locked in, that was a down candle. You still would have locked in 22%, right? So the compounding returns on that are just ridiculous. I mean, sometimes crypto traders, they're like, I need 100% or nothing. Anyways. So on the weekly time frame, I don't see weekly continuation. This is definitely a position that I would hold. Current entries right now, if we were looking for take profits here on the weekly time frame, which I think is an appropriate time frame to be looking at altcoins right now, is going to be anywhere from $94 to $115. So looking at some rapid appreciation from where we currently sit, $884,487. Invalidation below $70.26 is going to be weekly invalidation on Monero. So we would like to see pullbacks as long as we hold 70.26. That's healthy. So pullbacks to 70.26 would be really good to see at this point in time, combined with the Wadatar explosion kind of signal. I don't think that we're going to get pullback as far as that. However, again, XMR looks very healthy here on the weekly for continued movements to the upside. Again, we'll be wrong below $70.26, and that's okay, because you're kind of looking for that opportunity to really squeeze all the frickin' juice out of the altcoin market. And these signals do not come along very often, right? We've had to wait. I mean, geez, we waited. If you look from the blow off top in January 2018, we didn't get another one until, guess what? April of 2019. And what followed? 30-40% movement to the upside. Here we are, 6 months later. Well, a year later. And we're getting the same signal again. So there are a lot of people calling the cryptocurrency markets overheated right now, and I would say that those people are, what's the word? Cowards. Yes. And Palladium, man, I got you, dude. XPDUSD, not XRP. Did you see I automatically typed in XRP? Palladium. Look at the CFD over on Awanda, my friend. Again, we're going to look at the daily here because I don't trade the weekly on metals. The daily chart on Palladium does not look great, man. I need to adjust this. This is the 30 link. Let's just double check our 60 link. It's still shitty. So we are in a negative aspect of the cycle, man. We've gotten the exit indication. We've gotten the shorting indication from both my trending indicator. We've gotten the shorting signal from my initiator. We've got the shorting signal from even both my midterm and my short-term indications, because Breaking Bitcoin indicator is comprised of 3 parts: long, mid, short. All of them are negative, man. All of them are negative. We're getting not 100%. We're not getting rising explosion level, Wadatar explosion. But I would feel comfortable taking a short, seeing as we're getting the momentum. So the momentum is to the downside. The trend is currently to the downside. We've broken the bullish trend on palladium. And again, everybody's like, don't short palladium, but there are definitely shorting opportunities in here, ladies and gentlemen. And we failed. We have a failure to achieve here. We reached a high. We failed to make a higher high. And we have the kind of the bearish follow through right now. So I would actually be interested in shorting palladium. We do have purple dot continuation, meaning that trade could be taken today. Minx has not confirmed the negative trend yet. It will maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I would take my chances. And time transformation has with regular bearish divergence and the trend confirmation of the downside. That's more than enough for me to take a short. And my current metrics would be take profit target in between 22.56 and 20.79 with a hard stop at 24.77 and invalidation on a daily close above $24.17.39. So best of luck, my friend. Currently not trading the CFDs on Preciouses right now. I need to making some changes here in the year of 2020, moving things over so that I can trade with more margin and more capital in a more appropriate fashion. But if I were, this would be a trade I would personally take. Thank you for the question, my friend. All right, man, we're going to be here forever. So I'm sorry, guys. If I cannot get all the answers. I just want to flip through here and hit the highlights. Caprica says, hi, Justin. I'm looking to invest and establish some long-term positions in a few altcoins. Do you have any suggestions I could go and do some due diligence on before I invest? Great show as always. Thank you, Caprica. I highly appreciate that. So I've recently done this myself. I've done it in drips and drabs over the last, I would say over the last 3 to 4 months. I've established some small positions, nothing huge, nothing major. But I have now created what I'm going to call about a year-long at-risk portfolio, right? And I'm going to show how I do this. So I've put $30,000 into it. My goal is to 10x that. So I'd like to turn that 30,000 into 300,000, or I'd like to turn it into $0. Okay, because I'm right or I'm either wrong. Now, your metrics might be different. Again, that for me is looking for a very specific target. So if I invest in a bundle of altcoins, and I've kind of weighted them via risk parity, but I have a profit target in mind, right? Not with the coins. I don't care about the prices on the coins for this particular investment vehicle. I just care about the net asset value of the investment, right? So I'm tracking that on a separate blockfolio. So specifically, I purchased the coins on Binance. They're in my ledger, so they're offline. And I am tracking them. I can track them with the Ledger Live app, or I can track them with Blockfolio, right? You just create the Blockfolio. And actually, I like the Blockfolio because then I can put in my net asset value and my cost of entry. It's better for tax purposes, honestly, if you use Blockfolio. Ledger Live's great, but it's missing a few things. Ledger, hope you're listening. So that's how I'm going to do that. I'm either right or I'm wrong, and I'm cool either way. It's not a huge risk for me. Again, I would probably recommend that people do that with anywhere from 5 to 10% of their portfolio. I really wouldn't do it for more than that. Otherwise, you're better off with weekly swing trading, in my opinion. But you don't want to. I think that you're kind of foolish if you have some faith in the cryptocurrency industry. If you only want to invest in Bitcoin, that's fine. I'm not going to be one of those guys that trades in all my sats. You see a lot of fools do this, like really at the top, right? They trade in all their BTC for altcoins. Not a good time to do that, but it is not a bad time to say to yourself, okay, let me get a piece of this, okay? Because you only need a small piece, right? We're talking about things that can do 10x, okay? You don't need a huge piece, you need a small piece. Thank you, Philly, man. Love you much. Love to Wuhan from Sister Manchester. So my recommendations are going to be this. Fundamentals don't matter. I'll tell you that right now. So you said due diligence. I recommend doing that, man. It's important. But I have sat through multiple cycles now, and I will tell you this, man. Fundamentals don't matter, dude. Fundamentals don't matter. The worst altcoin with no white paper and a broken website is going to pump just as much as the best technically correct website, as the best technical project out there. That's probably a very controversial opinion, but I'm just telling you, man, I've sat through this cycle so many times. And this is an opinion that's shared with a lot of the traders that I traded with, right? We're not, I mean, yes, it probably matters. If you're looking for like what to invest in, like a real big boy investment, like only the few that I have when it comes to cryptocurrency, I've got like less than a handful, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. That's it. Actually, that's not true. There's two others, but those are not even. There are two others, actually three. If I'm being technically correct, there are three Schedule A regulation tokens that I am a qualified investor for in America. Two of them, and then one in the UK. I'm a qualified investor in one coin project in the UK. Those even aren't 20-year investments for me. Those are 5-10-year investments for me. So those are positional trades, right? They're not like, now an investment in my book is something that I plan on buying and holding pretty much forever, because I believe that it will only increase in value as I approach my death. And so that's something that I will pass on to my grandchildren or my children, right? My plan is to set up generational wealth for my family because I don't come from generational wealth. So it's up to me to build it, right? That's how you move forward in life. You put in the hustle, you put in the grind, and you establish a legacy for your children to inherit. That's my goal in life. It's my personal financial goal, right? So with that being said, things that I own that I consider investments that I pass on to my children, I'm kind of building a very large family trust portfolio is what I'm doing with my investment activities, right? So this is going to include my dividend stock portfolio that I've built over the last 10 years. This is going to include the foreign currency hedging positions that I have open that I've built over the last 5 years. This is going to include the precious metal investments that I've made over the last 6 years. This is going to include the cryptocurrency investments that I've made over the last almost 4 years now. Those things get passed on. Anything that I plan on selling isn't an investment, right? That's not an investment. That's a trade. It might be a long time frame trade, but if I am buying something and thinking in my head, I'm going to sell that in 5 years, in my opinion, that's not an investment. That's a trade. An investment is something that is worth vesting into, right? I'm not going to play the semantics game, right? But so fundamentals don't matter. If you're just looking for something to pump, you say long-term position, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. If you're looking to invest for the long term, to invest and hold something forever, then yes, fundamentals matter. You need to do all your research. You need to make sure it's a technically sound project. I'm not going to give you any specific recommendations because I feel that would be inappropriate, but yes, technicals matter. So find the project out there that makes you feel passionate, because you can't just have a technically correct project. You also need to have a good marketing team. You have to have a good pitch man. You need a lot for an investment vehicle to be successful, right? So find the project that makes you want to buy it because you think it's going to change the world, and then make sure that it's got something behind it, right? And if you find that, then invest in a responsible way, right? Don't go overboard on any one individual investment. Risk parity, shape your model so that, 50% of your portfolio can crash and you'll still be okay. That's how you want to create your investment portfolio. So that's my recommendation. Now, if you're saying, hey man, I'm trying to get in on some of these altcoin pumps, bro, you know what I'm saying? Then it doesn't matter what you buy. Just letting you know. I know it's, again, probably controversial, but probably controversial, but it doesn't matter, man. I don't care. Like I've made, like back in 2017 and 2018, I mean, I saw coins that I held that, didn't even have a white paper, right? Like the website was broken, like do 5X. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you buy. So with that being said, risk parity, right? Go grab a couple large caps, go grab a couple mid caps, go grab, a couple, Hail Mary low sats, you know what I'm saying? And just structure your portfolio responsibly, right? Invest what you can afford to lose. But that's the point to have. When you're talking about like creating a positional trade, evaluate your cost basis, evaluate your net asset value. That's the way I do it. And then tell yourself, what do I want this net asset value to be? And focus on that. Focus on the overall performance of the portfolio and not any individual asset within that portfolio, right? So again, I invested $30,000 and I want to see that 10x, right? I want to see that 10x. Now, when that portfolio returns 3x, I will take my initial investment out and I will let the rest ride. I'll let the rest ride. But my total goal is 10x on the portfolio. And that way I don't care. Like, I don't care if I get that 10x if like 8 of the coins have gone to 0 and 2 have just gone off the charts. Everything gets sold. Everything gets sold. Everything gets sold. So, don't focus on the specific coins. Focus on structuring kind of a holding portfolio, right? Overall, because otherwise then you get tied down. So that's if you want to do it like that. Just go out there. Technicals matter for that, but they don't have to, right? Again, I'm a technical analyst, but sometimes you just want to take advantage of the market in front of you. The second step is this. The second step is if you want to incorporate the technicals more for better precision, look at what has good volume and look at the weekly timeframes. Now, unfortunately, on a lot of these altcoins, you're not going to be able to look at the monthly, right? On some coins, you're going to have to resort to the 3-day to get some good historical data. But use trending indicators and look for objective technical signals that have only signaled several times, right? And look at the ones that are repeating that signal now, right? And structure safely by position sizing. Risk parity. Right? Spread it out. Not all your eggs in one basket. A lot of little eggs in a lot of little baskets. That's the way to do it, my friend. And I highly recommend that on top of that, you also have a consistently profitable higher time frame trading strategy to keep you in the green so that you can allow your investments to pay off. Like, because I make money consistently every month as a trader, and because everybody in the group does, ideally, that allows us the luxury to invest in positions and let them do things. If you are worried about money all the time, and you're looking at the performance of your portfolio, then it's a lot easier to get twitchy and sell, right? So all stuff that a good trading strategy helps. And you guys know where to go to get some up with that. All right. Hey, that might even be a breaking Bitcoin bits. That's a good one. Let's see here. Man, so many questions, dude. I'm sorry. Okay. Here, let me hit this on Twitch. Boris Bitcoin says, hey, Justin, I was watching the VPSV module last night, and you mentioned in Forex, you use a 1-to-1 ATR ratio. So your stop loss is 1x ATR from entry rather than 1.5x in crypto and then the rest of the questions cut off. But that is incorrect. It's incorrect in two things. Let me clarify that for you. So when I used to day trade Forex, I did not use ATR for my stop and target system. Okay. I used risk to reward. Generally based on price action analysis. Now that changed over time as I adopted more technical indicators into my Forex trading strategy. And then I ended up, when I left Forex trading and went to cryptocurrency, I had a full systems trading approach. But initially, the stop and target system that is showcased in that video is not based on average true range. It can be, but it's doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. So what I mean by 1-to-1 means, what that means with 1-to-1 is if you want to continue to use ATR 1, 1.25, 1.5, 3.5, it just means that your stop loss is going to be as far away from your entry price as your take profit. That is a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So in that video, I'm specifically referencing risk to reward ratio. Now, again, you can easily incorporate that with ATR by saying, okay, well, my stop loss is going to be ATR, right? And then, right, so your take profit. And when I swing trade, and for the swing trades that I post every day in Forex, well, you can see that my entry is not 1 ATR away from price. Or excuse me, my stop loss is not 1 ATR away from price. So I position my stop and target system in Forex is identical to my stop and target system in cryptocurrency right now for daily swing trades. Okay, I've got requests on here for Dash and Waves and XRP and Tesla and ADA. Sorry, guys, I absolutely love you. But I got to go, man. I got a lot of work to do today with the members. I got some mentoring sessions. I got some work on the website. I absolutely love you guys. We'll stick them in the chamber and we'll try to get to them next time. So much love, guys. Make sure to hop in the Discord and maybe we can answer some of these. The one thing that I just wanted to hit on the way out, Challenged Investor asks, where is the Breaking Bitcoin indicator in invite only? It's not available yet, sir. I will let you guys know as soon as it is. I'm still working on a few things that I want to get done with it before it's ready for production. All right, guys. With that being said, I want to remind you guys about the stuffs, the things. Make sure to check out the premium Discord tutorial here on YouTube. Congratulations to Mr. Francesco S. Get a hold of me and I will get a hold of you actually, because I have your email, about the t-shirt that you would like, my friend. Free Discord tutorial over on the website, crackingcryptocurrency.com/blog. And make sure to check out our resources section on the website for frequently asked questions, not only about the group, but trading and investing, Discord, TradingView, Google Drive, all of those things. All of those things. I want to thank today's crypto comment giveaway sponsor, Spectre Security Coin. Make sure to go check them out at spectresecurity.io. Link is in the description down below, as well as links to anything you can need in life. With that being said, let's hit the outro. And here we are in the outro. Thank you guys for joining me for another exciting episode of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Hopefully you guys are going to go on to have a fantastic day. Trade responsibly, trade safely. Please, if you are just tuning in, kick back to the beginning of the video, about 5 to 10 minutes in, where I break down Bitcoin from the weekly all the way down to the 1 hour chart, looking for your guidance on reentries and positioning, guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you guys have not already, make sure to support us on social media. The links they're actually over here. They just showed up just a second ago. Links again are in the description to everything you could need in life, whether it is to follow us on our socials or links to things. We often have special little giveaways and stuff that people can get. I don't know. That's all there. That's all there. Everything you can need in life. Make sure to join us in the Discord, discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the markets. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, because that helps us out. All right, guys. We will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to break down the markets, to give you our thoughts, to give you our opinions, and give you guys the news. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, or death threats, please leave them in the comment section down below and we'll do our best to get back to you. Cheers, guys.